From MTN News, you're watching Montana This Morning.
Well, remember back 6 months ago when we all had to deal with shortages at grocery stores? Well, those days might be returning. Coming up, learn what items may soon be in short supply.
The Bozeman Public Library will transition back to virtual online services and curbside book pickup. I'm Gabby Crevitt with that full story coming up.
Well, good morning. You're watching Montana This Morning. Holly Brantley, Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell here, and we've been giving Matt a hard time about that school day forecast all morning because
doesn't bother me. I write the grade and
no matter
pass
what,
it along.
I'm going to give you this. It's looking up. We were at C's for a while. Now we're back to B's, and it's okay.
My point has been made right there, right?
And it matters to our viewers.
That's right. Dress warmly as you step out the door. That's the bottom line this morning. Temperatures a little chilly.
I won't disagree with that.
Yeah, as you step into the afternoon, the wind speeds may pick up a little bit, so keep those layers close at hand. Cloud cover in place in a few areas, but not a real thick cloud cover. Daytime highs right around the 30-degree mark. We're looking at plenty of sunshine, at least through the mid part of the afternoon, and then it looks like a little more cloud cover moving in. I don't know that that'll drop our school day forecast or not. You'll have to tune in to find out. We'll, of course, break down your complete forecast from the Billion Auto Group weather patio in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Matt. It is now 6:31. Montana health officials reporting more and more COVID cases in the Treasure State.
There are 928 new cases in Montana and 10 new deaths reported, bringing the state death toll to 497. That includes deaths in Yellowstone, Custer, Deer Lodge, Roosevelt, and Webo counties. Right now, the state is tracking 14,782 active cases and 500 active hospitalizations.
Gallatin County reporting the second highest total for new cases behind Yellowstone County. Gallatin with 120 new cases yesterday, more than 1,600 active cases as well. Gallatin County added its 13th death this week.
Deer Lodge County reports 7 new cases with 85 active. Silverbow County adds 0 new cases, but health officials are reporting 314 active cases.
Well, grocery stores are preparing for more shortages.
2 chains have announced limits on buying certain items. Kroger is allowing customers 2 each of paper towels, toilet paper, disinfecting wipes, and hand soap. Hebe is putting limits on those same things, along with rubbing alcohol and first aid and cleaning gloves.
Now, a supply chain expert tells us the upcoming holidays and recent surge in COVID cases are adding to demand. Manufacturers focusing on the most popular products, so less variety may also make it seem like there are more shortages. Months of steady demand has made it tough for retailers to stock up.
There hadn't been really a low season across the board to allow for building up inventory that we can use during the holiday season when we expect a surge in demand.
Now, another chain, Stu Leonard, says it's ordering 20% more stock than usual before the holidays this year. Meanwhile, it's already seen an uptick in panic buying. Customers are looking for cleaning supplies, frozen foods, and comfort foods.
I think there was a little unrest over the elections, and there still is. And people aren't really sure if there's going to be any type of a lockdown in America.
In talking to customers, Stu Leonard says it's found more people are preparing for small Thanksgiving gatherings, so it's stocking up on smaller turkeys and offering recipes to people who are trying a hand at cooking one for the first time. By anticipating the changes, the chain hopes to keep shelves full through the end of the year.
Back here at home now, 6:33. Health and healthcare, especially during the pandemic, are some of the biggest issues facing veteran populations.
MTN's John Riley takes a closer look at how the Montana VA is reaching some of their most rural patients.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created a renaissance for telehealth and telemedicine. More people than ever before have access to healthcare right from their own phone. The Montana VA was using this technology even before coronavirus arrived in Montana to help reach some of their most rural patients. The Montana VA has been using telehealth since 2006 and started using VA Video Connect for face-to-face virtual appointments in 2018. VA staff say it's been a game changer.
I never saw this coming. I have been very impressed with our process and the different levels of care that we can provide.
Hudson says some veterans were making 80-mile trips one way to see their provider, a potentially dangerous situation in winter, which could lead to patients staying home. Now they're able to reach those vets at their home or wherever they have cell service. Through a video connect call, providers can even walk a patient through getting their blood pressure or getting a dermatology consultation. Providers say it's a great option for rural vets, parents, or vets living in an assisted care facility. Hudson added it's been especially beneficial for veterans that need treatment for mental health.
I think behavioral health is probably one of the biggest users right now of the telemedicine. Probably one of the reasons for that is you don't have a stigma of coming into the clinic to see someone. Nobody knows that you came in to see the psychiatrist or the psychologist. Even
with the boom in telemedicine, there are still some significant challenges. Many rural Montana communities currently lack the infrastructure for internet or cell service. Reporting in Helena, John Riley, MTN News.
Well, as we first told you yesterday, Whitehall schools will be returning to remote learning for much of November due to the coronavirus. The school will close in-person classes this coming Monday and continue through the Thanksgiving break after 47 students and staff members were put in precautionary quarantine due to close contact with those testing positive for COVID-19.
The staffing shortages that my district is facing right now due to isolation orders, quarantine orders, those kind of things that are happening currently now among the staff, and just having a shortage of substitutes that accompanies that.
In-person schools may resume on November 30th if all goes as planned.
Well, staying on topic, members of Butte and Whitehall communities will be represented on a newly formed COVID-19 task force appointed by Governor-elect Greg Gianforte.
MTN's John Amy introduces us to those stepping up to the challenge from that area.
Governor-elect Greg Gianforte has named 20 people to his COVID-19 task force, including 3 people from the Butte area. Whitehall School Superintendent Hannah Neeskens received a call from Gianforte Monday.
And I was honored to be selected and asked to step up to help our state. So I'm hoping that together we can come up with some solutions that really help the entire state.
2 Butte residents, Father Patrick Beretta and Butte Silverbow Health Department Director Karen Sullivan, were also selected to the task force. Both say they are happy to do what they can to help.
I realize that there's no easy answers to the challenges that the state of Montana is experiencing as a result of COVID-19. However, I hope that I can be a solution-oriented voice for the education sector.
The task force, made up of representatives from around the state, will work with local and state officials and provide recommendations on how to deal with the pandemic.
There's a lot of representation from all over and just the various sectors, which is going to be beneficial to the task force as a whole.
In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
You might remember during phase 1 of reopening in Gallatin County, the Bozeman Public Library wasn't fully open to the public.
MTN's Gabby Kreva tells us the pandemic forcing the library to make some adjustments once again.
Starting this week, the Bozeman Public Library will be scaling back services due to the increasing cases of COVID-19 across Gallatin County. On Tuesday night at the Bozeman City Commission meeting, City Manager Jeff Mihalik told the commission the library was planning on making an announcement.
They're going to be going back to kind of their phase 1, which is really providing curbside services. So there'll be no admittance into the library itself, but they'll still be able to check out books, return books, and so on.
Similar to phase 1, the library will offer books and resources to be checked out over the phone or virtually and picked up curbside.
The library director and the assistant director have been pretty vigilant watching the numbers and, trying to align with, just the best steps for our community and our patrons as well as our staff.
Many in the community rely on the library, not just for books, but for computer use, Wi-Fi, and printing. The Bozeman Public Library says they will continue to rent mobile hotspots for anybody with a library card, and soon they will have laptops to check out.
Montana State Library, they've been helping a lot of libraries around the state and getting libraries those hotspots so we can give access to people who need that internet, because that is a huge need and something that the library tends to be able to help out with.
Curbside pickup for checkout of library resources is Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
We can still offer great services and still get books into the hands of our community members and do it in a safe way with curbside.
Reporting in Bozeman, Gabby Crevitt, MTN News.
More changes, as we knew would probably be happening.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, coming up here on Montana this morning, this hurricane season has already been one for the record books with so many storms hitting the U.S. Now researchers say they found out something else about recent hurricanes. How that ties into global warming is coming up.
But first, let's check in with Gail King
Good
to see
morning
what's coming
to you.
up.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, daily coronavirus cases hit new record highs. We'll take a look at the new guidelines for Thanksgiving and holiday gatherings. You need to be careful and talk to a disease specialist on President-elect Biden's new COVID task force. Plus, Ohio Governor, that's Mike DeWine, joins us today as his state enforces a new mask order and considers closing restaurants and the bars too. And the Masters tees off in Augusta. We'll ask Jim Nance how this pandemic is affecting a tradition unlike any other. That's what they call it. We'll see you at 7 o'clock on the dot.